All right, so should we play D&D?
Yeah.
All right. All right, welcome back to Spiralia, guys. So last we left off, you guys decided to head to the Hoppsmiller wine country. So you made your way up after hiring Carlton Clarence to be your personal guard, and left him with a repairing Seb and a kind of creepily standing in the corner Frankie, and headed out and made your way up to Spiralia City to Scales Square. On the way out of town to the west, you met with a tour guide named Rajuin, who you hired for the day and gave a little extra to for him to take you guys out of town and show you the sights. And so you loaded yourselves into his open top carriage and made your way to the west. Out on the hills. It's about midday, maybe about like 2:30 in the afternoon. The sun's starting to dip a little bit to the west, and it is cold. It is winter. So there's a frost on everything. Some of the leaves still have their autumn leaves, but mostly what you see as you start to dip down through the valley to the lower lands where Lake Sneed and the town of Sneed are located, you start to see more evergreens that line each side of the road. And before you dip over the edge, you notice that the ground in the town of Sneed seemed to be almost scorched and barren with trees with no leaves, whereas all around it seems, for winter, lush and fertile. So anyway, you dip down in. It seems like this row of trees is almost intentionally barring your view of the town as you wind around it. Looking back, you see a heavy gate that's closed, and the tour guide keeps heading forward. You guys meander your way up the incline as you pass Sneed, and the trees begin to become more sparse, more farmland. You can see the orchards, which most of the grapes have, shriveled up for the season. You see some like amber grain fields that are still being harvested. There are some greenery that are covered with tarps to protect them from the frost. And you wind up to a crossroads that splits left and right. And you take the left path that winds up the first kind of ridge up to the Hoppsmiller Meadery. And that's where we left off. You guys are still kind of in the carriage as Rajuman pulls off to the side. You can see there is a wooden gate that surrounds the city, or the little village where the meadery is, and you can hear the humming of bees in the afternoon sun. So by this time, it's probably about 3 p.m. You can see there is a guard on horseback that guards the gates, which are standing open, and from the tops of this kind of almost like 8-foot tall spiked wooden fence that surrounds the entire enclosure, you can see the rooftops jutting out. It's like a little city, but you can hear anvil strikes on a hammer and anvil hitting metal. You can hear people wheeling carts around, the squeaking of wheels, people trudging through the kind of frozen, crispy ground as they crunch through. People are baling hay. There's a lively kind of atmosphere in this place. Straight through the gate, you can see there is a stone building and another one on the other side, on the right side, that has like a thatched roof. And Rajuin, he parks the cart, and the two old steeds kind of slow to a halt, and he hops off and looks up to you. Right, well, this is the Hoppsmiller Meadery. Welcome, everyone. Let me go speak to the guard very quickly, and then we'll make our way inside. So just sit tight. And he kind of crunches across the frozen ground over to the guardsmen. And you can see they're just kind of nodding at each other, just sharing stories, just spitballing. They probably haven't seen each other in a little while. So they're just chatting away while you guys are in the cart. And I'm going to switch the map so that you can see the meadery. and that's where we'll begin.
Did we dress as soldiers, some of us, just to check? Did that
Not
happen?
yet.
No,
We're all
I think we're
fancy.
saving for an emergency escape if we need to, but the guards' uniforms, I think, were too heavy for any of us.
That's right. Yes, I could. Yep.
Can you guys see where I'm pinging?
Oh, yeah.
This is where you guys all are. So, yeah,
I'm
Rajuan
working
has
off-
made his way over to the guard, and they're talking right now.
I'm
So
working
through
off
the gate-
data, so I can't see from Roll20 today, just because my phone can't handle it. Just as a heads
So
up.
through the gate, you can see there's a watchtower immediately on the other side of the gate, and there is a soldier up in the watchtower, just kind of sitting around, looking out at the scenery. The thatched roof on the right side, and then straight ahead, you can see kind of a stone building that looks like a stable.
These are fantastic maps, by the way.
I know, I love this program. It's so cool. All right, so you guys can control your characters and move them around however you'd like. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna hop down off the. I can't move my character.
I lied. You cannot control your characters, but you will be able to in just a moment.
Please insert 25 cents for an hour more of play.
Exactly.
Okay.
I'm making my way. Making my way. All right. Soft key.
Gonna go.
Control.
Oh, there we go.
I can't.
Doodle-doo-doo-doo.
Oh, we were going to take a break, weren't we? We were talking about having a nap for some reason. Did we have a busy morning? I can't really remember.
I don't remember using any spells or anything.
So this morning was running errands and whatnot. When you woke up this morning, that was the sleep after defeating Lithobolia.
Oh my
Right,
God.
so we got everything back.
Mm-hmm. So
Right, and
or
then I
is
went
this-
shopping and stuff.
Or is this 2 sleeps after Lithobolia?
It might be 2 sleeps. Yeah, because you had the
Really?
whole Lafayette thing happen the next day. You
Yeah,
guys slept
yeah.
after that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, it's
Right,
been
'cause
2
we-
nights. But
after
in real
Lithobolia, we
time, it's
slept
been
in the
about
evening.
6 months.
Right?
just-
Just because
I remember
Lindell
my
has no
last-
spell slots.
None?
Well, she's
No,
got like
because
a couple
you were-
first level.
You have
but-
not slept. You have
Yeah.
not slept. So,
Oh, okay.
in fact, that's a good reminder for me to have you roll a Constitution saving throw. Out in the weather and the cold and awake for so long, you're starting to feel a little fatigued. So please roll a con save for me.
Yay.
Is there any way we can refresh Lindell without sleeping?
How'd you do? An
Got
8?
an 8.
He's too embarrassed to say it. An 8. Okay, you are fatigued. You have 1 point of fatigue against you.
Okay.
And I have no idea what that means. I will have to look it up. But
I'm
anyway,
assuming you mean exhaustion, right?
exhaustion. That's it, not fatigue.
Yeah.
I think
Okay.
fatigue is an old skill from like 3.5, isn't it?
Fatigue.
Yeah, Pathfinder. You built up fatigue
Right.
and then eventually it, like, did something to you. Yeah.
Right, we're doing 5e. Okay, exhaustion.
Lindell, you look pretty tired after that ride. Did you need a shower again to refresh?
No, I'm just so excited. There's so many things to see and do, and I'm just a little chilly, and I'm just. But it's so. What's in the tower? And can we go see the thatched roof? And what's that over there? And
Let's go get a room, I think, and maybe some
You two
food.
get a room.
And then maybe the rest of us could do some scouting around and some snooping, as it were.
Yeah.
That sounds
I mean,
like
we're pretty
fun.
far from the on the bigger map. We're pretty far from the actual estate, right?
Yeah, you
The
guys
castle.
are
I should say the castle.
maybe like 2.5-ish kilometers from the city.
We had conned this dude though into taking us to the castle.
today.
Weren't we telling? Like, wasn't he going to take us to the castle, the
And
special
he was
back
gonna show us the
way?
back door. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but was he gonna do that today? Was that a today thing?
I thought it was.
I thought it
Is
was
it not
part
a
of the
today
tour.
thing?
To journey today and
Yeah.
seeing it tomorrow.
Is this a 2-day tour, DM? What did we get ourselves into?
You never asked
I
him.
don't think we're sure anymore. Who found this man? I can't remember.
I can't even remember.
Yeah, you guys just approached him and paid him and went off with him.
No, but he said he
You
was
didn't
going to
check
take
his
us to the
references?
castle.
Yeah,
No,
you
you tried
did
to
make that
hire him
deal.
already, Lindell. Lindell, you already tried to give the man a job.
That was
But as far as the
last week.
details of the tour, you guys have not seen a tour route. You don't know where you're going. You're just along for the ride. Omotenashi, as they say.
Oh no. So, sir,
None of
why
it.
are we here? What's this?
He turns around. Excuse me, one moment. We're at the Hoppsmiller Meadery. This is the first stop on the tour.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
It's like
So
a little-
not the
a little-
castle then.
A tourist
Oh
town.
no, this is the more touristy part. You guys can visit all the shops. There's plenty of things to see and do here. So maybe a couple hours or however long you want, and then we'll head on to the second half of the tour, which would be up the next ridge to the castle.
And what time is it right now?
It's pushing 3:30.
So in 2 hours it'll be 5 at night?
Yes, that's correct.
We're gonna go to the castle at I'm so confused.
I mean, unless you'd like to stay here at the tavern, you're more than welcome to pick up the tour in the morning. It's up to
that
you.
sounds-
Yeah, we might need to do that. Lindell's looking a little peckish.
No, I'm not
if you
tired.
have the
I'm really
coin.
not. I'm okay. I can go. We can. I'm not tired.
Lindell.
It
Lindell.
really
can I-
just depends on your coin. Things do cost extra here. You've just paid for the my services, so you can retain me in the cart for as long as you need. But I will have to make my way back eventually, maybe a couple days or so.
Sounds good. Lindell,
So there's somewhere
Would you
here to
mind-
stay.
lending me a little bit of your coin just while we're here. I think I might be able to find some nice things.
Oh, of course. What? How much do you need?
Just a little to do some shopping, maybe. What do you think? I'm not really sure how
How about
much.
one platinum piece?
Perfect. Thank you so much. That's great. Thank you.
Okay.
The guard up on the horse, he finishes talking to Rajwin and looks up at you and through the helmet that obscures his face, and he looks down and just waves you along. Go on.
Well, let's shop. Come on. There should be great things in here to see.
Rajwin
What
says,
are we-
my cart won't fit through the gate. I will wait out here next to the fields, but if you need directions, I'll be right here. I could point you to wherever you like. Would you like me to explain what everything is, or just explore?
Where is the you said there was an inn of some sort that we could get a bed for our friend?
Yes, there are several places that you could stay for the night. You could stay at the Mazes. The Chandlery does have a tavern inside, and then there is one room for rent upstairs. The Stable and Guardhouse has one room as well. The apiary is a bit smaller, and people don't like to sleep near the bees, but you're more than welcome to stay there as well. And I believe the Ceramicist might have a bed as well for someone to stay. So there are plenty of places.
Let's go. Let's go.
If we need your services tomorrow, where will you stay, sir?
That's a good question. I will bring my horses in for the evening and leave the cart here. So please take any valuables with you that you might have on the cart. And I will probably stay at the Stable and Guardhouse. That's usually where I stay with my horses.
All right.
David,
Okay.
can, I'm gonna have Xavier's gonna take out a little bit of echinacea and put it into like a small vial of water, and he's gonna command Mercury to coil around it. to heat it up.
Alright.
And he's gonna
Opening
make
up
a
the
quick-
alchemy rules. All right, let's see here.
He's basically just trying to create like a quick little infusion of echinacea tea to help Lindell sleep.
Gotcha.
Aw.
Okay. Let me look up some properties here. You've got echinacea.
And I guess I'll have to make a roll to see if I can command Mercury to coil.
Are you just going to use just normal water, or do you have a different sample of some other kind of liquid?
Hang on, let me check my.
You could use the halfling's tears because she doesn't want to sleep.
Actually, you know what? Xavier, you begin to pull out some of your alchemy ingredients and your fire snake, and Rajwin perks up and he's like, "Oh, what are you doing? Some experiments? Some alchemy? You know, there are several people here that do alchemy for the winery, for special brews, for the meadery as well. We derive several things out of the honey that the bees produce. So perhaps you could speak to one of them for some of your experiments."
Yeah, Xavier, let's not. We don't need to be doing this outside. We don't need to be doing. This is not an outside activity. Let's go get a room. I'm just gonna start shoving Xavier through
Just
the.
a quick, like he's holding like a little thing of
gate.
water and like sprinkling it in and then capping it and putting it
Nope.
back in his bag.
Uh-huh.
All right. So you're gonna hold off on completing the alchemy. Is that correct? Or are you gonna...
I think it's.
At least get into
Okay.
to the end.
I mean, I could make Seda roll a persuasion check if you'd like.
I'm trying to
roll a
persuade him. I'm physically.
Okay.
I'm physically pushing him. Do we have to do a strength check?
Persuasion.
Oh, you are.
strength.
You're physically forcing him to
Yes,
stop.
I was pushing him through. I was trying to push him through the gate.
Are you gonna let her?
Oh, he'll keep moving through the gate, but he'll keep doing what he was doing then.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
I wasn't trying to. I was just trying to move him along so that people aren't watching our little tree friend do alchemy out in front of the guards.
Right. Well, just I'll be at the stables. Just let me know if you want to stay the night. As you begin to
Oh
walk
my
out.
god!
Oh,
Wait, no, I need
This.
those names.
All right. So you guys are heading in to the meadery.
I'm off. I'm
Yeah.
running ahead
Okay.
of the shop.
We've lost
As-
Ben. Okay.
As you all pass through the gate, does anyone have a passive perception above 17?
Oh, I do.
Passive perception.
Me.
I
Mine
have
is
a
19.
passive perception of
Oh no,
17.
17. Okay. 19. All right. So Xavier and Genevieve, both of you notice that Xavier, all of a sudden, the bee comes and lands on one of the branches on your head.
Oh.
There's a bee on your head.
Hello.
Can we look at it a little bit closer?
Yeah, you get in a little bit closer. It's a bee. It looks very healthy. It's strange to see a bee out in the wintertime. You've been to a meadery on Dominion before, Genevieve, and remember that they usually hibernate during the winter, so it's very rare to see one out flying around as cold as it is. You guys can all see your breath except for Xavier, who doesn't breathe.
Can I use? I'm going to use my druidic skill to create a very brightly colored flower upon my finger.
Yes, you can. And the bee immediately goes and tries to pollinate the flower, going right into the little pistil in the center.
Yeah, not
He's
in public.
What was that, kid? I missed it.
He's pollinating my finger. I'm gonna get more of them.
You guys only see this one as you begin to walk into the kind of muddier ground just inside the village.
It's very peculiar this time of year.
Well, now,
And then
Mr.
just-
Reed,
No.
would you like to come with our adventures, because you could become part of Short Expectations if you want.
Are you speaking to it in common?
Yes, I'm speaking to it in common.
comes from land.
Zzz. Just as quickly as it came, it buzzes back around and over the gate, and you lose sight of it.
You must have startled it.
Yeah. Yu's gonna turn around and beeline back out for Rajuan to ask him a question.
Okay, he's still standing with the guard, just chatting it up.
Oh, you can ask
yes, ma'am.
questions.
Can I help you?
Rajuan, I think my party does need a break. We've been on so many tours, so many wine trips.
Oh, really?
Yes. How do you feel about setting out and showing us the castle just first thing in the morning, break of dawn?
Sure. Dawn breaks at what time is it again? Hang on, let me find his name, because I've got his name written down somewhere.
Yeah.
He looks at the guard. The guard is named.
And so it's going
Too many notes.
Hey, at least you have your notes back.
I do. Oh, it's so great. Okay, it's it's the other guy. What's the other guy's name? Is this it? Yes. Aha. Fletcher. Fletcher, what time does daybreak usually? Around 6:15. Right then, we'll set off at 6:15 sharp.
Sounds good. And how long does the trip take to the castle?
Oh, it's just over the next ridge, maybe half a kilometer. Oh, if the old horses aren't too exhausted from today's trip, depending on the temperature, they get a little stiff.
Okay. All right. Well, then we'll see you.
What'd you say, Jenny?
Did Jenny talk?
I thought so.
I heard her saying something.
She's not Jenny.
Jenny. Soft keen.
I
know she's frozen. Shape the flowing river. Shape the flowing river.
Soft keen. Did you say something? Can you hear us?
She can hear us, all right.
She's reacting to something.
Something? I can hear you. Well, then why aren't you talking? What is she doing?
I see the green bars around like she's talking, but...
Oh, I see.
Oh, is it in chat? Oh, 14 notifications. Oh, boy.
Oh, what chat? Discord chat? Oh, shoot.
She's delayed? No, Facebook Messenger.
Yeah, because her video's choppy too. You can see she's like,
Yeah, she thinks she's delayed. Well, Softkeen wanted to do something to the horses, so we'll come back to that. Rajuan basically says it'll only take about a half hour. And even then, as you look out to the west, you can see the castle on the next ridge. You're like, God, I could probably fly over there.
Yeah, we have visual on it. It's that close.
Yeah, it's very dark and ominous. There's just walls and castle gate, and you can see the, what do they call them, towers or turrets kind of surrounding it.
So you mean we should
barely make out a little shimmery blue moat around it.
Shoot, we made the wrong play. We should have had him take us to show us the back, and then we could have snuck in overnight. You thinks to herself.
I thought that was the plan.
I don't know why we were brought to this meadery. You was very confused.
I thought we were going to go either to town or somewhere we could stay the night, and we would snoop around and then.
Okay.
I was about to say that Fletcher was going to say something, but he rolled a natural 1, so he doesn't hear shit you guys are saying.
Yeah. Based on what Rajuan said earlier, would we have an approximation to where that secret back entrance is? Because he told us it was like around the back, right?
Roll a perception check.
Perception? Like, 11.
It's hard to make out where the entrances are, but you can definitely see one very large, like, gatehouse portcullis in on the east side of the castle structure, on the outside of the wall. It looks like there's a path leading off to it, but you cannot see another entrance.
Okay. All right. I'll say goodbye to Rajuin and go over to Soft
Okay.
Keen.
And
Jake,
for
you can't
you
hear
guys' benefit,
Oh,
I'm not sure if you can
no.
see it, but for your benefit, on that hill just outside of the village, there's a compass, so you can see which direction is what.
So what direction is the castle?
My
West. Do west.
internet is like.
What, Soft Keen?
I got my internet is like.
Her face. She looks so upset. We're trying to hear you. We're trying to listen, Soft Keen.
We know. Well, we want to know what Soft Keen's going to do to those poor horses. Punch them. Pop, pop. I'm on Messenger. You can say what you want to do.
I think I'm like.
Try disconnecting and reconnecting again. There we go. Okay. So the rest of you guys are gonna head in. It looks like Genevieve's already talking up a dude wheeling a cart.
Yep.
Where's Lindell right now? Is she still just getting out of the cart?
Kind of woozy, I guess.
feel like I feel like she's holding on to someone's coattails and just like very much like trying to like look around and just like, oh my gosh, look at all the things.
Oh my god! But you's gonna find Lindell. Like Lindell, why haven't you been sleeping?
Well, I was up all night casting the Hallow spell. Remember, I needed to protect the house, so I haven't had
didn't
chance
realize.
to sleep yet.
I didn't know you hadn't slept. We would have.
It's fine. I go lots of times. I go without sleep because I didn't have a bed when I was in sub 1.
Gosh.
So then I would just
okay,
like,
no
stay
sob
awake.
stories. No. Shh. No.
I would just stay awake so then I wouldn't get like stabbed or robbed or things like that. So that I'm used to staying awake. It's fine. I'm not tired. I'm okay. I'm just gonna hold on to your cloak, okay? I'm just gonna
You
put
just
my
feel
hands
like
right here.
Perpetuating child abuse over here. No, Lindell, we need you at top marks. We need you ready to fight and heal and.
I'm so ready to fight and heal.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. What spells can you cast right now?
Lindell, you can't even remember what spells you can do. Your brain is just like shutting down.
There's a spell called heal. And there's the spell.
All right, so Xavier, you're gonna head out.
Heal's the one.
Yeah, you're gonna start walking toward the mazer and experts.
All right.
And grab Lindell by the hand, and
yeah, I was gonna put my hands on her shoulder.
Okay, so
we're just gonna start guiding her.
little Lindell, like a toddler, grabbing onto both arms, kind of swinging.
We're just guiding Lindell to where we're going, the mazer.
Yep, you guys, all three of you together are
we gonna go try some mead? I'm so excited to be here. And the ground is so crunchy. Can you feel the ground? It's cold and it's crunchy because it's winter.
Yes, we're gonna drink
in the winter.
You guys can hear the beneath your feet.
And we just passed Jen, who's just shopping.
So, Jen, there is a kind of middle-aged man with a mustache that's kind of balding on top, and he's wheeling a cart of these sacks. It's kind of hard to tell, but the cart's really dusty, like really dusty. You can see even where his hands have been, that it's like discolored from all of the layers of dust on this cart. and he's kind of just wheeling towards the thatched roof building as you approach.
Oh, good afternoon. Hello.
Good afternoon, madam.
Where are you off to?
Oh, I'm the master ceramicist. The thatched roof building right here. This is my workshop.
What kinds of things do you make? Is it vessels, or do you create objects?
Well, this is a meadery, so our main export is honey, and we need clay jars to store the honey in. So that's my primary job. You can come in. There's a shop in front.
Thanks. Okay. She totally loses interest and starts to look at the glass.
He says, "Oh, by the way, my name is," as you walk off.
All
right.
I want to look around. We turn around. Where's Sofkeen? What is she doing?
Sofkeen's with the horses, I guess, right?
Who knows what Sofkeen is? Can you even hear me?
Yes, we heard you.
Yes,
we heard you.
Speak to us.
I'm not sure if I'm going to stay on video because maybe that's what's things down.
Okay,
I can't even. I don't even have a cursor anymore. Fuck's sake.
Oh wait, you just came through clearer.
It's going to be easier with video.
Can't see. Can't even click on anything. Don't have anything to click on. I hate you, laptop. Not really. I love you very much. Please don't.
Well, at least we can hear you now.
Yeah, we can.
Horses? What are you doing out there?
Maybe today is just not a video day. Sofkeen's not with the horses. Well,
what are you doing?
I don't know what she's doing. She.
Jelly shop.
Where is that? I don't know where.
Oh, you wanted to know where the jelly shop is?
No,
are you asking
where the jelly shop is? I don't think cares about.
Jenny wants to know what a jelly shop.
Oh, okay. You can make preserves and jam out of honey.
Oh, then maybe that's the jelly shop.
Roll a nature check for me, Sofkeen.
Sofkeen's just gonna grab a whole load of bees and just have her own honey.
Yeah, roll a nature check to see if you know more.
Okay. About Sofkeen's never met me in her life before, probably.
Just about how jam and jelly are made, I guess, if you care.
Oh, they're here. Wait. Sorry, I'm not having a very good day. Oh, fuck's sake. Never mind. Drop something, never mind. Don't mind me. Okay, nature. I don't even have my stats.
Sofkeen just sits on the ground next to the horses. She's directionless as you guys walk off.
Her character is spinning around in a circle, just kind of painfully walking.
The L key is stuck.
Nature is a what? I'm gonna pull my bloody Indie Beyond onto my phone.
You is going to tap Xavier on the back with Lindell and say, Xavier, go get her a drink. And can I trust you to get a room? You think? Maybe?
Sure, you can trust me with anything.
Okay. Oh, no.
But
I
want a drink, too.
I'm going to go get Lindell a drink.
Sofkeen's just screaming something about jelly and honey and something like that, and that's
I'm gonna.
Really nice.
You will jog back. You's gonna jog to wherever Sofkeen is.
All right, yeah, you jog back. You just see her kind of like looking around, confused.
Sof?
Sofkeen's like glitching in the corner.
It's definitely. She definitely looks affected by the cold. Like this harsh winter is kind of hard on kittens.
She is a fishy girl.
Yeah.
I have my big embroidered cloak, my big jacket that I'll take off and put on her. Because you feel no cold. I grew up in Auburg.
Yeah, this is nothing. This is nothing for you. This is like, living in Canada and then coming down to Minnesota.
Yeah.
It's like this isn't that bad.
You can be in cutoff shorts and
Right. But for someone from the Amazon forest area, like Gulf, like South Keene would be, Minnesota's pretty damn cold.
yeah.
And it's dry, the dry air. All right, so you put your cloak around South Keene, you begin to warm up a little bit.
Oh, we lost her though.
And,
She's out of here.
She's completely gone, so you's just gonna kind of lead her in.
Yeah. We'll just get South Keene inside the inside
All
these
right.
walls.
In the meantime, what are the rest of you guys doing?
I'm taking Lindell to the Mazer and Exports, and as I'm walking, I'm renewing my efforts to put some echinacea in a little bit of water with perhaps some of her tears, and then I'm gonna stick it in my bag and command Mercury to wrap around it to warm it up, so that I get kind of a tea out of it.
Okay, yeah, easy enough. We'll say that as the two of you guys are walking together, you make your way up to kind of a central location of this town where there's a nice ring of rocks around a big bonfire. And when you get closer, you're like, oh, that's so nice, feeling the warmth. And you notice there's a well right outside of the Mazers. And you go over to the well and kind of with the flames to your back, do your little alchemy and your test tube, on the edge of the well. Roll an intelligence check for me.
Woohoo!
Okay, I'm just going to try it on my phone and see if that works.
We can hear
this is
you.
great.
I can hear you.
Yeah,
I
it's
think
really
my-
stable.
I think my computer's just given up life in general.
I got a 17.
Just like, no.
17 on the intel check. All right. And you're using magical tears, echinacea, and then I guess your fire snake would be the catalyst, the heat.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
So he.
With that roll, that's pretty good. Let's see here.
Can I roll my
that's
nature roll
not
to
bad
find
at
out if I can go to the...
Yes, of course. Of course.
Now
of
that we can
course.
finally hear you. Yes.
All right. So I'll have to give you another card. I don't have one made, but I will make one for this so that you can have it in the future. But you have made a basically a normal healing potion tea. So when the drinker drinks it, they'll get I believe is it 2d4 plus 2, I think, on a normal?
Yeah. But the major question is, will it actually give the user good dreams? Because that was his intention.
Aw.
Oh, good dreams.
I was thinking happy tears plus, echinacea would.
Let's see. Yeah, we'll give it a shot. No, it does not. But you're not sure until you try, of course. But no, I rolled to see if there was a chance, and there was not. But this does make a minor healing potion, just a normal one.
Okay.
Okay,
Can I
so
look for that?
same. Oh, sorry, Jen.
I still want to see if there's a glass blower there. That's okay.
Yeah, you go into the glassblower shop.
Sweet.
All right. Yeah.
You're gonna make a bong. That was literally the first thing I thought.
Yeah. You okay? You head into the glassblower shop, and you can see outside there's like a workstation with hot burning coals, and on the other side it looks like those burning coals extend into the building too, where there's a chimney chute that comes out, so they can access it and like do demonstrations for people outside the shop as well if there's like a big tour group or something. But you head into the shop, and you're met by kind of a nice little shop area. There's a door with a curtain that leads into the shop proper, and you can feel an intense heat coming from it, as if there are people working back there. And you can hear some like clanks and footsteps and stuff. and the door kind of shuts behind you. Hello?
Hello? Hello?
Just one moment. I'll be right with you. You hear a
Okay.
voice. Let's see here.
Can I peek around?
Notes are important. Yeah, you can peek around the curtain. Is that what you're trying to do?
Oh no, around the shop. I want to see what's there.
Okay.
I have an idea of what I want. Places.
Yeah. Let's see here. This is the glass blower. You hear another voice from behind go, Trillian, are you going to get that? A female voice. He says, yes, just one moment. As you peruse the shop, you can see there are several things to buy. On shelves and on, in cabinets. There's a little like glass cabinet that has things on shelves in there too. Let's see. You find there are pitchers, glass pitchers. It says 12 use, 1 gold piece. There are like these big decanters that say 100 use, 20 gold pieces. Some of them are stained different colors, like blues and greens. A few of them have like orangey yellow tints as well. Some of them have really fancy handles, but you can tell all of these glass containers are hand blown by these two people that are talking behind the curtain. As you start looking through the different glass items, eventually a tall, high elf man pushes the curtain aside and comes in, kind of straightening his apron and kind of doing this to his mustache really quick in one of the glass shelves. And he looks back around and he's like, yes, madam, how may I help you? I'm
hello,
Trillian.
my name's Trillian. It's a pleasure to meet you, Genevieve. It's really nice to meet you. I had some questions about
a fellow high elf. Yes, it's nice to have some of our own kind around. What can I help you with?
Us, do we? No. I was really curious about these pictures. They have uses, number of uses. Are they enchanted?
Oh no, these are just glass vessels for some of our more inclined clientele for the finer things to store their honey from the apiary.
Like the family who owns the beautiful home on the horizon, like them.
Oh yes, forgive me. I am Trillian Hoppsmiller.
Oh,
I'm second cousin to our dearly departed Mildred and her brother Bastion.
Has Bastion returned? I heard he had been.
Oh, I'm not sure. I don't keep tabs of Bastion, but I'm sure he's around somewhere. Much business to attend to with the departing of my second cousin.
We were heading up to the estate tomorrow. Is there anything?
Yes. Are you part of the tour group?
We are, yes. We're just going through to have a peek and maybe chat a little, yes.
Wonderful. Well, it doesn't actually go inside the castle. You see, we have to keep a lock on our more expensive items, the wines and whatnot.
Oh, are there problems with those things disappearing? That sounds terrible.
Well, more like trade secrets, if you know what I mean.
Oh, I understand. Yeah, I was very surprised. I saw for the season, it seems very peculiar.
Did you know? Yes, there have been people talking about perhaps some more resilient bees that have been poking out from time to time. Don't think much of it.
I had a question for you. It's very simple, but I just wondered if you make glass beads.
Well, we can. I don't know if I have any for sale, but it's very easy to turn a rod into a glass bead. Would you like to learn how?
Oh, not particularly, but I'd love to buy some. That's what I was thinking.
Well, we do give courses for some of the tourists if you'd like to make your own piece to put your honey in. It has a little bit more sentimental value then. But otherwise,
like, no,
how many beads are you looking for?
I was just looking for 6, kind of about about the size of my thumb, then bent around, right? Just about that big. If it's specific colors, I just thought they'd be lovely presents. Yes, exactly, that big.
Oh, so like a marble more than a bead.
Well, I'd like it to have a hole through so we could string it onto something, you see.
I see. Excellent. Will you give me a day? Are you going to stay the night?
I'll definitely be staying the night. That'd be fine. I'd be happy to come back tomorrow. Can I give you some specifications?
Some what?
Some specifications. I wanted some certain colors. You know what I mean?
Oh, yes, of course. One moment. He takes out a pair of glasses from his lapel and puts them on and grabs a little notebook, dips it in a little bit of ink. Yes, go ahead.
I'm going to text you that. I don't want them to hear.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, so you give him his specifications, and he says, yes, based on these, I think 1 gold piece should cover it.
Oh, wonderful. Sure. So she was going to rummage. Can you break a platinum?
Yes, that's fine.
Oh, wonderful. All right, so I'll just pay you the gold piece.
All right, 1 moment. He goes behind the counter and comes back out, and 9 gold pieces is your change. This should be ready first thing in the morning. Are you heading out to the castle at dawn?
We are right at dawnbreak, but can I ask you just one question before I leave? I'm just curious.
Yes, of course.
Did you have much contact with Mildred before she left? Because some of my friends are friends with her. I was curious. Had you seen her?
Big cousin was a very busy woman. I didn't get to see her very often. But my life is here in the meadery. Occasionally she would come down just to check on the product, but pretty much the Mesa and the export clerk manage business around town, and of course the head of the apiary, which is Jerry Lead, if you are heading over there.
But the last time you saw her, you didn't notice any peculiar behavior, anything out of the ordinary?
It had been weeks since I had really seen her much. I think she did come around once a couple of weeks before her passing, but nothing strange, of course. Why? Do you know more about her demise?
We're actually investigating it on behalf of the council. Seeing as your family, I don't see any danger in telling you that. So I know that the
council. What was your name again?
Except that I don't trust the council.
No, I didn't.
Roll it.
Genevieve.
Roll a persuasion check for me.
Okay.
G.
Sorry, guys. Taking a little time here.
No, that's just funny. We need to have backup fake names. We need to think about these.
15. Right. Well, you can ask
pretend
to town, but I don't think there was anything suspicious about her demise that I know of.
Well, I really do appreciate any help, all the help you've given me, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Have a great night.
Yes. Thank you, Genevieve. We'll see you at dawn.
And she bows out. Ciao.
Okay. Yep. So make sure to mark off 1 gold piece from your inventory, and then you can come back the next morning for what you texted me. Meanwhile, it looks like Xavier and Lindell are heading up to the Mazer and Exports. You've completed your little vial. Lindell, have you given it to Lindell, or?
Yeah, I'm gonna give the potion to Lindell and tell her, I think this might help refresh you as you sleep, and my hope is that you'll have some interesting dreams.
Oh, Sadie, that's so thoughtful. I mean, I'm good. I don't need to sleep until nighttime. I'm totally fine.
He's gonna thrust it into her hand at that point and pop the top.
So, you mean you want me to drink it now?
Sure.
All right, yeah, you drink it down. It's actually very smooth. It kind of warms your chest a little bit when you drink it. And roll a d4 or 2d4.
So she's at full health already. She hasn't taken any damage or anything like that. But
that's fine.
A total. So I got a 1 and a 3, so a total of 4.
4 plus 2 is 6. All right. Yeah, since you're not really wounded, it doesn't do anything for you physically. Emotionally, sure, it feels a little bit better, but you're still fatigued.
Emotionally supported. That's what matters.
Right. So Xavier, you kind of gain from this. She still looks groggy. Doesn't look like it really did what you wanted it to. So you've learned. You know what it does now.
I feel so much better. I don't feel groggy at all. I am fully fully energized and ready to go. I'm totally a-okay.
And she falls face forward into the dirt.
I'm gonna like put my arm out and like kind of grab her.
Yeah, you grab her before she hits the ground and pull her back up.
Can we get a room? Is there a room available?
So you're going up to the Mazerin Exports. There is a man standing kind of underneath the shady part that is moving barrels back and forth from these weird-looking carts to this track that kind of leads around and down into the floor, and it kind of ramps down. He looks up as he's carrying a barrel and kind of sets it down and looks at you guys. He looks old, but man, he's got to be strong to be able to lift these things.
I'm going to go over to him.
Yeah, you go over to him. Let's see. Okay. He stops and looks up at you and just kind of looks down. He's very tall, like 7 feet tall, and just looks down at you. Doesn't say a word.
Hello there. I'm Xavier Springleaf, and this is my friend Lindell. She is very tired. We heard you had a room. I wish to purchase one. I have coin, and he's going to hold up one of his gold coins.
You have coin, I have room. My name is Count Zazonia. I am the Master Mazer.
Count Zazonia? How do I spell that?
Zezonia.
Zazonia.
And he has a much more foreign accent than you're used to hearing. So you kind of have to strain a little bit to understand his common.
I have to strain to understand everyone's common.
Yeah, so you and your friend stay here. We have one room. Well, no, we have two rooms, I think. Would you like one room or separate room?
We'll take the 2 rooms. I do have more companions with me. If they want the other room, then we'll have more is better.
All right, 2 room. So that would be 4 gold pieces for 1 night.
Okay, he's gonna hand over 4 gold.
Don't give to me. Go inside. Find the export clerk. Export clerks.
Thank you.
In the office to the left.
Okay.
Xavier's gonna. I'm not so good with.
Yeah, Lindell doesn't know how money works. She doesn't get a say.
Never mind. I'll be quiet.
Xavier, he just kind of like raises an eyebrow and looks at the 2 of you, but doesn't say another word.
I bet they have a bathroom though. Fair.
Oh wow! Yeah, it's worth it. Okay, so
I missed something that Kit said.
Sorry, Kit.
Sorry. I just wanted to go in and try and find the clerk and pay for the rooms.
Yeah, you turn around with your coin in hand. You go into the main entrance, and to the left you see another door. You figure that it probably leads to the turret that sticks out with the separate door, and you knock at it, I guess.
Sure.
Or are you just gonna head on in?
Actually, he's probably just gonna head in. Like he was told to, so he.
Sure. Yeah, it's a very cramped space when you open the door, just big enough for a couple people to stand. And there's this kind of like window set up with these wooden bars and a little hatch in it. And you can see there is a woman, younger, kind of Asian looking. She's got glasses on, very small glasses that she looks down at a book with, and she's writing notes and looking at papers and transferring documents. She's got dark black hair and very heavy starched robes with a high collar, very pale skin. And roll a perception check for me.
Perception.
Since I'm there, can I roll 2?
Yeah, you can help. It'd be with disadvantage if you help.
Exactly. Disadvantage because I'm exhausted, but I want to try anyway.
So, Xavier, you roll normal and then with disadvantage, and we'll see who's higher.
So I actually have advantage.
Oh my god! 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 Oh my god!
Double natural 20.
Oh my god! Oh my god! I'm taking a picture. Oh my god! I'm taking a picture.
Because he's taking a picture.
Oh my god!
Oh my god! Send us the picture of your
double 20. Snake eyes.
You heard me roll. This is what oh my god.
That potion worked.
So just so you know, I got an 18.
Oh wow!
Wow.
I like it's right next to your cup. That's a good picture next to the cup.
I got. Mine's frozen.
Oh no.
So what is that total?
Lindell gets a 24.
Okay.
She's just taking all this in. Super excited.
Yeah, you are running on pure stage 1 energy. Everything is the best thing you've ever seen and experienced.
Yeah, that's kind of Lindell anyway.
Yeah,
that's true.
I'm gonna walk up to the woman and just start counting out coins.
Okay, Lindell, we'll say that you notice that as she leans up on the side of her neck underneath the collar, it looks like there's some kind of an intricate tattoo. Okay. She looks up and with very few words, she looks over the counter down at Xavier, who's kind of, putting coins up onto the counter at a little above eye level, and she just sees some branches poking out and some wooden hands. Can I help you?
Hello, I'm Xavier Springleaf, and these are my 4 gold coins for 2 rooms.
Very well. She grabs the coins and slides them over, writes a little note in the book, and then ding-a-ling-ling, you hear the jingling of a key, like a skeleton key on a hook. And she reaches over the counter and slides it over. You have the room for 1 night?
2 rooms, right?
Yes, of course, 2 rooms. She grabs another key. Jingling.
Nothing wrong with these people. I'm not there though.
Take the central staircase.
Xavier is going to activate his sight.
Okay. Wow. Let's see what you see.
Is she dead?
Yes,
celestial.
She's actually a vampire. Congratulations.
I need to look at the wording of your dealie. Hang on a second.
Isn't it just like detect magic, basically?
Yeah, except that he can just kind of do it on a... Yeah, he just opens his eyes and activates it.
I just want to see if there's any kind of extra wording, since it's a racial ability, isn't it?
No, it's a warlock ability.
Oh, it's a warlock ability.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the
Eldritch Sight. Okay, so it is just... Yeah. Okay.
Sight the insight.
Okay. You see a faint aura coming from behind the counter. You can't see what it is, but there is definitely an evocation aura right directly on the other side of the counter, kind of at neck level to you.
So something that goes boom, maybe.
Yeah, and as you look around, you notice that behind you in the upper corner of the tiny room that you're in, there's another faint aura. This one is of divination. But you can't really tell what it's coming from.
Okay. Xavier's going to take the 2 keys and say, all right, Lindell, let's go find those rooms.
Just a minute. Excuse me, miss.
Yes,
thank you
what can
for
I
the
help
keys.
you with?
You have what is this? And she'll just point to her neck.
Oh, it's a remnant from a former life. Don't worry about it.
I've seen lots of other people with tattoos and whatnot. They're really cool. I'm super excited about everything right now, and I just wanted to ask if you had like a story behind it, or why you chose your neck specifically, or.
Not one
Come
I'm
on,
willing
let's
to
go
share
find
with a
that room.
stranger. Very odd little girl. Yes, if you make your way out to the central chamber, you'll see there's a stairwell that leads up to the 2nd floor. Take a left. It's the first 2 right rooms across the hall from one another.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, Xavier, we rented rooms! And she'll just like run out of the.
She just kind of shakes her head and adjusts her glasses and goes back to copying.
Okay, this whole time, yeah, she were letting her.
I want to know what Jenny's nature role is. Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the nature roll. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, Zeta.
I thought she already rolled though. I thought. Yeah, she already rolled. Wasn't it an 18?
What was
No.
it?
It was, well, I re-rolled it. It was 15.
Oh.
A 15, okay. Yeah, you wouldn't know anything extra about the jelly. Sorry, that's a lot of work for just no, you don't know anything else.
That's okay. She still wants to.
A lot of waiting.
Can I still explore it?
Yeah, you can head towards the candlery and jelly shop if you would like. Are you going to go with Safkeen?
Okay. Yeah, because you wants to talk to Safkeen outside of Lindell's range of hearing.
Okay. Yeah, easy enough. So Genevieve, you make your way back out of the glassblower shop. Lindell and Xavier are nowhere to be seen, but you can see you and Safkeen heading into the door of the candlery and jelly shop across the way.
I'm going to perk up and like wander over that way, but slowly. I'm not going to get too close too quickly to them because I'm kind of like just taking in what's around and looking at the town.
Sure.
But heading,
I'll be like, you give me her coat.
Yeah, I put my coat on you.
Oh, Safkeen was sort of like,
because you're so cold. Fish aren't. They're definitely not meant to be out in the snow.
All right, so the 2 of you, as you head towards the candlery, you see an old woman emerge from the door with what looks like a stick in her hand, and she's going over to where there's a cart of hay and a fence that kind of wraps around towards the stable and guardhouse, and she's looking around on the ground, holding that stick up in her hands as you guys approach.
Are you looking for something?
Yes, I'm looking for that damned cat.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, do we know what a cat is?
Yeah, you guys have seen cats.
I don't know what a cat is. It could be anything.
Actually, you know what giant snow cats look like.
Yeah.
And you've heard of these little, like, housebroken tabbies, and you're like, these aren't even animals.
I'm gonna snap Krampus into existence on my shoulder, and then just give Krampus the command to look for a cat. Oh, but don't eat it.
Your falcon swoops down and perches up on the wraparound fence in front of the old woman. She looks up. Oh, is this yours?
Krampus is more of an autonomous being. There's no ownership.
Is it
It's
trained?
more of a part. Yeah, sure.
She points the stick at it and says, "You, Krampus, help me find this cat."
I've given Krampus a mental command to look for a cat. All right, I'm just gonna grab Saki and start pulling her out. Those. Saf.
What?
Oh.
What?
Just pull her away from the creepy old lady.
Yeah, go ahead.
I think we really need to go out and scout tonight, but Lindell really needs to sleep, so we can't let her know. Because, she gets FOMO, and then she'll want to come with us, and then tomorrow she'll pass out. So I think we need to pretend that we're all going to sleep tonight, and then we should go up and scout out the castle. Maybe get Xavier and Jen.
I'm going to pop in.
Yeah.
If you need some help putting Lindell to sleep, I can probably aid with that.
Okay, yeah, we should all put her down. We'll all pretend like we're all going to sleep, and then.
I mean,
yeah,
the only way I could put her to sleep is to knock her out.
No, we're not gonna. That's
you want
no.
me to do that? Or do you?
That was nope. That wasn't my.
Okay.
No, I was just letting you know because I think I have some things I want to explore, potentially heavy things. So I thought maybe you could go out with me tonight, please.
Okay. Why can't? I mean, she's really tired. Surely she'll just get into bed and fall asleep, right?
Yeah, hopefully. I just didn't want any of us to go in there and be like, oh, for that scouting mission tonight, we're gonna we're all
keep it secret.
Yeah. Keep it,
Okay.
We'll all just talk about how sleepy we are when we lay down.
Okay. Fine.
I really think that when we need to go up to the castle and see if there's any way that to get between here and there through cover. Because if we need to make a quick escape tomorrow during the daylight, we want to make sure we can, get away without getting shot by arrows, by guards. Castles are very dangerous. I'm not really excited about this.
Yeah. I mean...
As you guys are talking, you hear...
There! Don't eat it! Don't eat it!
You see Krampus just swoop down behind the fence, and she, goes around the edge, and you just hear...
Gently! Oh no.
What? Is that a cat? I don't know what a cat is.
Can Krampus grab it? Can Krampus grab the cat and pick it up?
You're not sure, but you don't hear any more racket.
Oh.
Dude,
don't kill the
that cat. That's pretty bad.
What? No, I told Krampus not to kill the cat. Just
Maybe
find the cat. Fine.
The cat, then. I don't know. I'm
Can we see the old lady?
No,
Okay.
They're behind a fence.
Sufkin's just gonna walk in.
Fence.
She doesn't care about this cat thing. She doesn't even know what a cat is. She's just gonna go. It's just like whatever.
Doesn't care.
I'll
about this
snap Krampus back to me, to my shoulder.
You hear the old woman go, no, oh, it's getting away.
cat.
I mean, I don't need a cat. Do you need a cat, Jen?
I mean, it'd be nice to, but do you know this lady? Are you helping her for a reason?
Oh, I don't know anybody here. I just wanted her out of the way so I could talk to Sofkeen and you.
You see her kind of a little disappointed and gruff, just like a baseball bat slapping against her free hand as she walks around the gate. Blasted thing, I'll never catch it at this rate.
Wait, is she trying to kill the cat?
You assume so, yeah.
Oh, geez, I don't want to help her kill the cat.
She looks up and points her beaten stick at the three of you and says, "You three, are you coming in?"
Where is she? Is she in the jelly shop?
She's making her way back towards the door to the candlery and jelly shop.
Oh, Sofkeen already went in there.
Yeah.
You two, are you coming in?
I'm good, and I'm gonna wander over to the API.
Suit yourselves, and she walks back into the shop. When she enters in, she sees Sofkeen inside. Sofkeen, you are in a long chamber that has a countertop. and it has like a second half to it. And there's a staircase behind the counter. And there's also all of these candles that are sitting up on shelves. There are some that are hanging, still being made, like dipping into big vats of beeswax. You can see there are containers that, like big jars that just have raw beeswax inside. You can see there's a counter set up with wax seals and little impression things to make letters, and there's also a big glass shelf that has all of these little bitty containers and vials of different kinds of honey-derived jellies and jams. And she walks in and she's like, right, can I help you?
What is this place?
We make candles and we make jelly. Can you not tell?
What a candle is. Wait, those things that does Dylan Dell
Apparently don't.
Wait, quite a few of you guys use candles, don't you?
Stafkeen, you've seen candles all your life.
No. But
She's trying to know if we use any for our spells. Yeah, I use a candle in my spell.
Stuff.
Yeah, I
Linda
do,
would
right?
have like candles too that she would use. Yeah.
I have candles for my spells too. So you've seen those.
Does Jen use candles for her meditation? No.
No. I mean, I like a good candle, especially if it's scented. But that'd be.
Takim will wander over to the little cabinet with the jams and honeys and stuff and peer inside.
Sure. Yeah, you can see there's quite a bit for sale in here. You can buy raw honeycomb. You can buy, let's see, they have... I'm trying to find all the items that are at this specific shop. There's like 50 different things. Let's see. That's all at the ceramics place. They have these little glass bees that are filled with honey that are 50 gold pieces. They have, let's see, that's all the glass. There are ceramic and glass cylinder seals, wax candles, of course, with sealing wax. Let's see. Okay, so in this cabinet, there are ceramic jelly jars that are like fit in the palm of your hand. They say 12 use. They're 15 gold pieces. There are little glass vials that say 2 use on them, and they are actually stored inside a locked container inside this glass cabinet, and it says 100 platinum pieces.
Oh, damn.
There are, let's see, there's a big ceramic, like kind of a honey jar type. It looks like it's made for long ship travel. It says 100 use, 120 gold pieces. And then there's this like very ornate glass Fabergé egg that's also in a separate locked case that says 10 use royal jelly, 500 platinum pieces.
Wow. I need me some royal jelly.
And then there's just a little placard that says royal jelly by the use, 40 platinum pieces per use.
Wow.
I have a plan for you, Kit. Don't worry.
Let's see.
Good, because I don't have that much platinum.
And then there's a menu inside that also says, you can buy in bulk for certain things, and there are shipping fees and etc.
You eat all of these things?
Yes, of course. You'd want to eat them when you're on long journeys. They'll help with your fatigue. They'll help with your health. It's really good eating. In fact, I've heard that eating these regularly can thwart off disease.
Well, that's okay. I'm immune to disease now that I'm level 10. So.
Oh, are you? What isn't that special? Well, take your time, look around. I've got things to do. And she goes and lifts up a hatch in the counter and slams it back down and goes around the edge. She's kind of like, working in the back shop. You can still see her, and she can still see you. What is it now?
Why are you trying to chase that cat?
Why is she trying to chase that cat? It's none of your business, unless you plan on helping me with it.
Well, if you let me know why you want to catch it, maybe I can help you.
It's a nuisance. I don't like it around. Those things carry disease.
Well, surely if you just eat your honey, you won't have a problem.
And that's another thing. We don't want it eating our honey now, do we?
Cats like honey. Why don't you?
You're not a cat lover, are you?
No. Well, no.
Good. Let's keep it that way.
Why don't you just give it some food and then it won't bug you anymore?
Because when you feed them, they stay around. It's probably why it's here in the first place.
Maybe it could be your friend. You could catch mice in here.
We actually do not have a mice problem.
Oh.
Probably because of the cat. Again,
you're not there, Xavier.
Were you planning on beating that cat to death with that baseball bat?
What else would I do with this?
I don't know. That's why I'm asking you.
This lady's got issues.
You ask a lot of questions for someone who's just shopping.
Maybe I'm not just shopping.
Well, what are you doing here then?
Cat police.
Huh?
You're the cat
police.
Well,
you start to hear footsteps coming down the wooden stairs from the second floor. Lighter footfalls of someone who's not quite as angry as this woman is, and he hears the commotion. You see a man, also a high elf, come down in kind of his meager, just work clothing. He's got his sleeves kind of tied up on the ends, long hair, middle-aged, and he says, "Cerulean, quit bothering the customers. Ma'am, I apologize for my mother. She's a bit, abrasive."
I'm
trying to catch that cat, Chandler. Yes, Mother, we all know about your feud with the cat. Now then, may I help you, madam? I am the Candler. My name, ironically, is Chandler. Thank you, Mother.
You are not Chandler the Candler.
Candler.
May I help you? Are you looking for candles or for jelly?
I mean, I suppose I'm looking more for honey, but or jelly.
Oh, for honey, you'll need to go next door to the apiary for the honey.
And the jam here.
Yes, jams and jellies are derived from the honey. We have several for sale in the cabinet just behind you there. So you're looking? Yep. Is there something you'd like me to take out?
Do you have different flavors of jam?
They're all honey-based, but we do have some that we mix the grapes during the harvest season. We're almost out, but I think we have a few left inside that are grape-flavored.
How much would a grape-flavored one cost?
Let's see. It depends on how many uses. Are you looking for just a gift for someone, your own private kitchen at home, or a long journey for several people?
My kitchen, I suppose.
Just for your kitchen? I think a 12 use would do you just fine. For home use, we can have it delivered, or you can take it home with you today. We have them in ceramic jars. Looks like they go for, let's see here, 12-use jelly jar, 15 gold pieces.
I'll take a grape and a regular. please.
All right, one of each. He comes over and lifts the counter, unlocks the cabinet, and takes out 2 little ceramic jars with little wooden tops that are carved on top. He locks it back up and puts them on the counter. You may open them and inspect the product if you'd like. That'll be 30 gold pieces.
Saki will sniff them.
They smell delicious. It is like sweet and a little bit savory. This like nice golden jam, kind of thick and gelatinous on the inside, and it just smells heavenly.
Wow.
Very, very thick.
We're coming here for the wine tour to the Hoppsmiller estate.
Oh, wonderful. How long will you be staying?
Probably just the one night, I think.
Well, you're more than welcome. Thank you for coming to the Hoppsmiller Meadery.
Is
it just you, or do you have friends?
I have some friends. I don't know where they're, but they're somewhere, I suppose.
Wonderful. So is this a gift for a friend, or?
Well, it's going to go in my food, which they'll then eat. So I suppose in an indirect way, it's a gift to them.
Ah, so you don't need it gift wrapped.
No.
All right. He begins to put it in a little like wooden box for you, and he waits for you to pay.
She will pull out her coins and start counting them out.
Okay, go ahead and count or mark off 30 gold pieces, and you can add 2 uses or 2 12-use jelly jars made of ceramic to your inventory. This is just regular honey jelly. One is grape and one is honey.
One is grape and one is honey. One is grape and one is honey. Safkin will sort of carefully put them away in her little bag.
Okay.
We're tourists to this area. Do you have any history of the family? Like, do you know them very well?
Well, I am a Hoppsmiller, so I should.
Oh.
They're all Hoppsmillers.
Well, I don't necessarily have a family tree in front of me. What would you like to know just about the meadery and who lives here?
Yeah, I mean, I've heard that your family has suffered a recent loss.
Yes, tragic.
Was she a close relation to you?
I wouldn't say close. Third cousin. But she was our matriarch, so to speak, for the family, so council member and all that. It is a significant loss to the family business.
She was the health and safety of food minister, right?
Oh, yes, but I'm sure her brother Bastian will take the charge.
Oh. Is it just her and Bastian?
No, I believe that Geralde's children do live in the castle as well. There's many servants and staff. But the immediate family have all moved to different islands, or there are some, I believe, living in the city. The cousins and the extended family run the meadery, and then the first family runs the wine production down in the village of Sneed and in the castle proper.
Can you tell me, when we went past Sneed, why was there a huge gate in front of it?
Oh, well, there are trade secrets with the wine production that we tend to keep very close and hidden. Don't like just anyone being privy to the methods of which we produce our wine.
It's not
a family secret.
Is it?
To do with what?
The centaurs.
Oh, the centaurs. You've been hearing lots of myths, haven't you? Are you speaking about the forest on the other side of the castle?
Hmm.
Yeah, Yes, well, I think it's all legends. I don't think there's actually any centaurs living in those woods.
Now we have to find out.
And what about this sunken city? Is that nearby? Can you visit
Sunken
it?
City. Are you talking about the ghost town on the other side of the forest? I've never been there myself. We don't venture into that forest. I wouldn't say it's because of centaurs or anything like that. It's just, undiscovered wood, and there's a lot of beasts roaming around, and well, we just stick to the open plains where we can see what's coming.
So people don't really go
Insight!
like
that.
No, not so much. We just tend to stay within the walls, the confines of the village, except for during the day when we're harvesting the fields, but it being winter, not much to harvest. You understand? Anyway, I suggest that you do the same if you are staying for the night. Please do not venture outside of the walls. There are roaming wolves and other creatures that, you wouldn't be want to caught alone with.
But no centaurs.
No centaurs.
So it seems like I want to meet
There are so many centaurs in those woods.
Anyway, I didn't catch your name.
Centaurific.
I said, anyway, I didn't catch your name.
Oh.
Miss.
Oh. To decide whether to give a fake name or not. No, she'll just say, Safkeen.
Miss Safkeen. Nice to meet you. Again, my name is Chandler, Hoppsmiller, of course, and this is my mother, Cerulean Hoppsmiller. Please, come back anytime. Bring your friends. Feel free to roam around, shop a bit more. Just call if you need me. And he turns around and goes back to his work.
And if we catch the cat, bring it to your mother, right?
If you catch that cat, well, I'll make it worth your while.
All right, then. Thank you, Chandler.
Good day, madam. All right. Everybody else, what you doing?
Xavier's trying to get Lindell to actually go to bed.
Sing her a song.
Oh, Thomas left. Where's Thomas?
Phone overheated.
His phone
overheated.
Overheated. Oh man, I was so into the world.
Put him to sleep.
I'll tell you what. Let's go ahead and take a little break. I'm gonna get my coffee refreshed here, and then we'll pick up with whoever's next. Maybe Genevieve at the apiary, or
okay.
I got about an hour before I've got to stop. So just so you know,
just 5 minutes, and then we'll be right back.
Yeah, I got to use the bathroom. Okay.
My phone is actually. Oh, I should charge my phone. I don't have my charge. Everything heating. Contact police. Where do I balance you? Yep. Work with me here.
I'm back.
Hello.
Where did everyone go?
I'm here.
Hi, Jen. Oh, is everyone taking a break?
Yeah.
Oh,
Maybe I'm taking a break. I'm just writing up some notes.
oh my gosh. Chandler the Candler.
Also, it's so hot here. I don't like it.
Is this your new flat?
No, this is still my bedroom in my
No,
house.
that's because you
Right.
did you say you have to do a bunch of renos or something before moving in?
Yeah, I have a big leak in the flat, so I have to like get that sorted first before I feel like safe to move in. So that's just taking a long time.
Yeah, and you were saying that like, how did it go? Like the floor upstairs didn't think it was a problem, and so you had to like go through a bunch of bureaucracy or something like that.
Yeah, the guy upstairs like wasn't answering the door for ages. So I had to like harass the housing officer and be like, "There's a leak. Please make sure this guy is in for his appointments." Blah 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 blah. So I feel like stuff is happening, but it's happening so slowly that I'm just like, So I keep having to adjust. Like I'm like initially I was like, oh, maybe I'll be able to move in by July, and now I'm like, maybe I'll be able to move in by September. But part of me is like, maybe I'll be able to move in by October. I don't know. It just keeps getting later and later. But I have all my IKEA stuff moved in, and I've got like new blinds and things like that. So like all that needs to be done is this leak just needs to stop, and then I can move in. Like I won't be able to repaint the walls and stuff that have been damaged because I have to let it dry from the water. But as long as it stops leaking, I can wait for it to dry. Like I can live in it and just wait for it to dry for a couple of months and then get it repainted. I just want it leaking. That's all. That's all I want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fair. Gotta get the problem fixed.
Yeah. Exactly. But I'm grateful that I can still live here, and me and my mom get along, and it's fine, and it's close to work, so it's not been a problem. It's just been stressful dealing with the council and everything, and I don't like I don't like calling people and stressful. Don't like it. Don't like being. Want to go back to being a child. Cannot go back to being a child.
No confrontation.
Yeah.
One of the worst parts of my job is when I actually have to go hunt down like store managers and be like, okay, why didn't you check the, shipment you got in? How come this isn't in your inventory? Because I don't know. I always feel like they are so condescending. Like, just, it is the worst part. I hate dealing with people.
Right? Right? It's like in person, it's okay. And by email, it's okay.
Yeah.
But I just hate phones. Phones.
Yes. I always have to psych myself up before I either like call someone on the phone or like go to talk to them. Like I have to go to like a dark corner somewhere and like breathe. Okay, I'm gonna do this, and here's the things I'm gonna say. All right, go.
Right, I always like write down all the details on like a script, and like I always have to walk. I always pace when I'm on the phone. I can't sit.
Me too.
To be like walk.
Moving helps my mind move, I feel.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm always impressed by people that can sit still and while they're on the phone and not like stand up.
Yeah, I pace back and forth.
Right.
I
don't know.
Get like my brain to work.
I can see if it's just like a call to like the pharmacy or something like that, or like a quick call to like the internet provider or something like that. But if it's an actual like any sort of bonding and or confrontation or like any sort of like emotionally invested call at all, I have to be pasting.
Exactly. If it's anything that's like a long call, like I'll sort of start sitting down, and then when I realize it's long, I'll just be like boing up and just start walking around.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't know what that is.
Sada's coming back here in a second. If you guys want to say what you're doing, we can jump back in.
So depending on how long it takes to put Lindell into a bed and actually make her sleep, then if I have time, Xavier would like to go out and search some of the shops, because he's pretty sure that Royal Jelly, and or anything else they're using like herbs and stuff like that, because I know there's different flavored, honeys and stuff like that. So he's going to start looking for alchemical ingredients or reagents.
I'd say living underground for so long too, something like honey is such a foreign item that it's like, holy shit, this might be really cool to use in my experiments. So you'd be eager to get
like
back out.
Of the honeycomb and like just all sorts of stuff like that. So that's what he's doing.
How are you going to put Lindell to sleep?
So I can actually,
literally.
Yeah. So can you describe the room as we walk into it? What does it look like?
It's pretty meager. It looks like there's just 2 sets of bunk beds on either side, and a little trunk. That's pretty much it. Very simple.
For 2 gold pieces a night.
He's gonna kind of walk Lindell over to the bed and say, "You are not a help to us or yourself if you are too tired, and you are too tired. So don't get us hurt or yourself."
Really quick, which room did you take? The one on the left or the one on the right of the hall?
Let's see. Right.
Right side? Okay, the view out your window between the 2 sets of bunk beds looks out to some snow-capped trees in kind of a back area of the Mazer shop. And you can see the edge of the fence leading out over a very steep decline of this rolling hills and pastures. And you can look out and you can see the ocean way off in the distance.
He's going to encourage her to get into bed and tuck her in, and then he is going to create...
Whoa. So when you say like you're no use to us when you're overtired, Lindell is gonna pout, 110%. And she's gonna be like, no use to anyone. I don't know what you're talking about. And she's gonna very stubbornly, she's gonna go over to the corner.
No.
And she's gonna pull out one of her lanterns that she works on when she's not doing anything else, and she's gonna very like pointedly take out her pliers and like make a little symbol of the Spriggan and like put it in the lantern and like start to like head bob a little bit. And so
Xavier's gonna say if you don't get into bed, you're going to miss the show.
You know what, Xavier? I did fine without you telling me what to do. I'm just fine. I'm no problem. And she's gonna.
Okay, you would have headed back because that was my plan. Was as soon as you left Sapien, I'm heading back to the rooms, and I'd like to burst in.
No. Just let it play out. So she's just gonna. It'll only take her a minute. So she's gonna finish her lantern.
You yawn so hard while you're trying to finish this lantern. You just barely keep it together.
And she casts her last second level spell slot. She'll cast Continual Flame. And it's this very, very warm, earthy, like forest leafy green.
Before the spell goes off, will you roll me a very quick Arcana check?
Oh, sure.
Me or?
Linda.
Me or... Okay.
15?
No problem. Your spell goes off.
Okay.
So sleepy.
So she finishes off the spell, and then it's this little lantern like this big, and it's like a little rickety, but she like fixed up the door, and it's the little like symbol of like the two fairies holding hands like that, and they're like encapsulated in this like little orb of glowing green flame. And she just kind of like watches the flame as Xavier's like, go to bed. And she just kind of like watches the flame as she just puts her head in her hands. And
it's weird because usually when the Spriggan like comes to you or speaks to you, you feel its presence. It's a breeze, or it's a warmth, or you just can feel like the sights and sounds of nature. It's not that this time. It's an olfactory sense. The honey and the saturation of wine particles into everything. The woods seem a little bit more, just saturated with those scents of honey and grapes and wine. And it's a very strange sensation, but you can feel that the Spriggan is present.
Oh, that's so nice. So she'll, just in the corner of the room, she'll start to drift off and just smelling this. And she has this weird, like, urchin jerk. Like, like when you're falling asleep, but you, like, start. And there's those, like, survival instincts that kick in for a minute. So she, like, very lazily pulls her staff off her back in almost like a panicked kind of state. And she's Trevor, and Trevor comes out and coils around her.
Trevor fills the room.
The
bunk beds go against the wall and hit the wall. You hear a thump on the floor as massive python pushes Xavier into the door, shutting it behind you, and you're just pressed up against the wall.
You wanted to talk to Lindell before she went to sleep.
And she'll tell Trevor
you go up the stairs to the upper floor, and you just hear a door slam on the right side of the hallway.
Lindell, Lindell, can you put Trevor away? He's crushing.
But he's gonna watch over me while I sleep. Who's gonna keep? I can't sleep. I just need someone. He's gonna watch over me when I sleep. He's gonna keep me.
Lindell! If you go to sleep right now, you can come out on our very super secret mission at midnight. But if you don't go to sleep right now, then we're all gonna leave without you. It's about 4 o'clock, right?
I want to sleep, but I need someone to protect me when I'm sleeping because it's scary. So I just wanted Trevor to watch me while I sleep, so you guys can go do stuff.
A voice behind you a voice behind you on the stairwell comes through the noise and says, "Could you please keep it down? There's business to attend to. There are still workers working in the lower floors. I'm going to have to ask you and your friends to keep it down."
Oh yeah, you're just hopping with business. Lindell. Put Trevor away just for a little bit. Let me open the door.
"Thank you," she says and turns around back down the hall.
Trevor returns.
You's gonna walk in the door, sit down in the chair in front, right the furniture. Xavier, you okay?
Yeah, one of the bunk beds is kind of leaning against the wall now. Not all four legs are on the floor. The trunk has been pushed into the corner. And
try and wriggle out from where he's been pushed up against.
I'm gonna put the furniture right and put a chair by the window. Just sit down calmly. Say, Lindell, I will stay with you while you sleep. It's okay, but you've got to go to bed now if you want to come with us later.
Okay. Well, no. Maybe if you leave Krampus, and if Krampus watches me, then that'll be okay. You don't have to stay.
No, we're gonna send Krampus out. I'm gonna send Krampus out and watch Krampus's eyes and through eyes and try to look for an overland route to the castle for escape.
All right,
so I'm just gonna sit here in the room with Lindell.
Looking out the window to the south, you don't actually see the castle.
Right, I know, because the castle's to the other direction. I don't need to see it from where I'm sitting. Krampus is gonna go out.
Okay. Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay.
So Linda, if you sit in the chair,
yeah, gonna sit in the chair. What?
Then Linda will just pull her blanket out of her cloak, and she'll just curl up in the corner, put Kumo on the lantern, and just kind of curl up around the lantern in the corner with her blanket.
Easy enough. Xavier, are you gonna head out?
Yes, if he can. Can he get to the door and get out?
Yeah, you can get out the door.
We fix the furniture.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So you can leave.
Xavier would hear a voice in his head then, because I'm going to cast Sending.
Okay.
If that's okay. Saying,
and what would you like to say?
This is Jen. Come to the, what's it called? Hold on. Apiary. I think we should look at the bees a little more closely. I'll be waiting outside.
That's about it, I think.
Okay. Can I respond to that, or?
Yeah. 25 words.
Okay.
You don't know, but you can try.
Okay. Yeah, Xavier is going to say out loud, "All right, I am on my way," and he's headed that direction.
Then.
On your way where, Xavier? I'm sorry.
I'm on my way to the apiary. Check out the bees.
Okay, if anybody asks, let them know we're here. Sorry, Sopkeen.
That's okay. Can Sopkeen come into the room? Because I have an idea.
Yeah, you've made your way back across. I would say you've seen most of the people head toward the Mazer and exports, except for Jen, I guess. Jen, you're still outside the apiary?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so yeah, you'd pass by Jen on your way to the Mazer.
Oh.
I have honey.
Oh, delicious. That'd be lovely at breakfast.
I'm going to go see if Lindell is sleeping. And then I'll come back.
I'm going to snoop around a little more. I'll be here.
All right, Sofkeen, you make your way over to the Mazer and head inside the door. You can see a kind of huffy, annoyed-looking Asian woman with a very high-collared, starched outfit and little glasses, long black hair, pale skin, heading past you. She kind of looks at you and says, "Are you with the group on the second floor?"
Sure, if they have a small little girl and a
little one and a weird little tree thing and a dark girl.
Yeah, looks like death warmed up. Yeah.
The second floor. On your way up, would you please remind them to keep it down?
Sure, I'll.
Thank you.
Okay.
She heads into the office and closes the door.
Seems like weird lady. She's gonna head up to the room and sort of hiss, like, You.
You see Xavier exit the bedroom door. He's heading towards you.
Yeah.
Hello, Softkeen.
Is Lindell in there?
She is, and hopefully sleeping soundly soon. I'm heading to meet Genevieve at the apiary.
Okay. I'll come join you. Maybe, if you...
Lindell, roll a perception check.
You should join us.
Oh, at disadvantage because I'm exhausted.
Yep.
8 again.
You are sound asleep. You do not hear. You do not have FOMO.
Oh, no.
And you is going to stay in that room because she's going to send Krampus out to scout.
Right. So, Safkeen and Xavier, where are you going to head?
Heading to meet Genevieve.
Okay.
So
all three of
in the
you
room and sort of be like, is Lindell asleep?
I hope so. If we want her awake by midnight, let's look over at her bed. Yes. Very asleep.
Okay. If she wakes up before she's supposed to wake up, send a message in my head and I'll come back.
Do I have that spell? I don't have that spell. I'll send Krampus for you.
Okay.
Okay.
I go help Jen with the...
All right. The three of you guys meet outside the apiary. You can see there are barrels, various sacks and crates around. There's a large vat that looks like it's heated with coals with honey bubbling in it. There are various racks and shelves full of these beehives and boxes. You can hear the light hums are very noisy in this area, and you kind of have to speak up a bit to hear one another. But you don't see any bees out. They're all hibernating for the season.
So Genevieve, I've never seen bees or honey. Is the behavior of these bees unusual?
You can barely hear what he's saying.
What? Huh?
Genevieve! He repeats himself louder.
Oh, yeah. Well, no, it's just that it's cold, so it's strange that we saw a bee when we came in. So I thought maybe there's something special about them, or they're magical, and I assumed you might be able to scour some kind of samples for whatever you do in your room.
Yes, excellent. He's gonna activate his Eldritch Sight, and we can go into the apiary. I'm actually gonna look around, look at the beehives, look at
Sure. You don't
the whole thing.
You don't sense any magical glow coming from anything with your sight as you guys head towards the door. Genevieve, while you guys were talking, you would have seen the curtains in the window next to the door kind of pulled aside, and there was a face looking at you guys. And then the curtains kind of closed quickly, and you hear at the door, and the door opens. Just then, you hear zzz, and over on Xavier's head again, where that flower was blossomed from his finger, the bee kind of comes from his head onto his finger, onto the flower. Another one of those bees. And a woman rushes out of the apiary, holding her hands forward. Don't move.
What's wrong?
Don't move. That is a hybridized killer bee. I've been trying to catch them. I don't know where they're coming from, but you've got one on your finger.
I mean, it seems pretty calm at the moment.
Quickly, the rest of you back away from him. Behind me.
Xavier is going to... Let's see, what is he going to do?
You, blue girl, you, tall one, get behind me.
Blue girl, me?
Yes, you're the only one with blue skin. Get behind me.
Great. So you will go behind.
All right, I'm Geraldine. You can call me JL. Now listen, I've been trying to catch these bees. Please stay still. And she starts inching towards you.
Okay. He'll actually use his druidcraft to kind of create another like little blossom, little flower for the bee to kind of stay around his hand or his finger, and use it to create some sensory effect of like the flower smelling more vibrant, basically.
Yes.
Anything.
Yes, that's good.
Keep it around.
That's good. Keep doing that. Oh wow, that's a very nice technique. Can you trap it?
Sure.
I don't know if it can sting you. What are you made of?
Probably not. He's gonna slowly kind of put his hand around it and just kind of, encapsulate. Assuming it can't sting him, or if it does,
Sure.
it can't hurt him.
All right, you begin to close your hand over this bee. The bee goes fucking nuts and just starts bouncing around inside your hands. You can feel the stinger trying to penetrate your bark, but it doesn't seem to be able to. But God, you're like struggling to hold it in. It has some strength to it, and it kind of freaks you out a little bit.
He's gonna use his Fey presence, and he's gonna try to like just calm it down with his Fey presence.
There's more than one way to calm a bee down. Let's see here.
There's more than one way to calm a llama down.
Calm a llama
down, deep down to Oh, Kit. I miss being your roommate.
All right, so
I just started showing Ronan those.
While he's struggling,
the bee is going to make a wisdom save. So
I want to inspire him first. Inspiration first,
you're gonna,
please.
You're going to inspire. Okay, yeah, that's fine. How are you going to inspire him?
And go, she's going to start ringing a little bit and go, fiends keep doing all they shouldn't be doing, but this warlock's power and brains don't spurn. Xavier found a brand new box of tools, yeah. And what he knows you had time to learn. His roots are made for walking, and that's just what they'll do. One of these days, his roots are gonna walk over.
You can feel inspired. JL kind of backs away to give you line of sight to Xavier and just starts chuckling and smiling. She's having a blast.
Aww.
Okay, so if I can calm it down, he's gonna try to bottle it. He's gonna.
Yep, easy enough. You do notice that it calms down a little bit. It's no longer trying to sting you. You can feel it now, just perched, kind of crawling along one of your hands, upside down.
Okay, he's gonna whisper into his hands. I'm gonna put you in a bottle. Just calm down. I promise not to hurt you.
Mm-hmm.
And he's gonna attempt to put it in one of his little sample bottles.
Yeah,
and
JL
make sure
goes, wait, I have a jar. And she pulls out this custom-made jar with a like a mason jar lid on it, and she holds it out towards you. Now, can you drop it in quickly?
As long as the jar won't hurt it.
No. The jar will be fine. I even poked holes in the top. See? And she shows you the lid with the holes poked in it.
And he's gonna kind of hold his hands out and try and get the bee in there without jostling it too much.
Okay. Roll a dexterity. Oh no, animal handling check. I'll give you advantage since you used your Fey presence on it.
He has inspiration too.
Oh, good, because that would have been bad. I get a 19 plus my 2, 21.
Easy enough, and she smashes the lid on and screws it in tight as it starts to tink, 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 go crazy again inside. And she kind of shakes it a little bit and looks at it. Fascinating. Thank you so much. I owe you. This was a good find. I've been trying to track these things. I'm not sure where they're coming from, but they're killing my hives. I've already had 2 collapses in the winter. And whatever you do not let one of these sting you. I'm sorry, I've been trying to keep it at bay, but in the wintertime, they're the only bees that are around.
Apparently it couldn't penetrate my skin.
Yes, it's fascinating. She reaches over and grabs one of your hands and opens it and starts looking at it and feeling it. Fascinating. What are you?
Unique.
I've never seen one of your kind before. Anyway, my name is JL. Nice to meet you. Are you with the latest tour group?
We are. Do you mind if we come in and take a look at some of your wares? I'm actually an alchemist, and I'm always looking for interesting samples, materials. And...
No, not at all. Come on in. I'd be glad to help you. I am the master apiary and the lead apiculturist here at the meadery, so I pretty much run the place. My name is Hoppsmiller, by the way. Geraldine. You can call me JL. Please come in.
Another Hoppsmiller. Is everyone here related? Are you all part of the same family?
Yes. Whether distantly or a closer relation to the family that lives in the castle. Her brother, my first cousin. His name is Bastion, and well, it was Mildred up until recently. I'm not sure if you heard we had a loss in the family.
I'm so sorry. That's terrible.
Yes, well, she was kind of a bitch, but she ran the business well. Please come in.
I'm just curious. We've met a few people around town, and how did the family decide who got to live in the castle versus village or in wine production?
Well, pretty much just based on our skills. Our different families apprentice under one another. I've been the head apiculturist for going on, I believe, 25 years now. It was my mother before me and her father before her, and well, I don't have any children, but I'm sure I'll pass it along to one of the other cousins.
I see. Oh, fascinating.
Okay.
Well, yes. So please help yourselves. We have various honeys, anywhere from single uses all the way up to barrels that we sell to ship captains and merchants for their cruise, long journeys at sea. Please look around. What can I help you with?
I'm going to look around, and again, I'm occasionally just glancing at things with my Eldritch sight.
Mm-hmm.
And before I go in, again, just kind of glancing around the exterior of the apiary, looking, actually, he's curious if there are any more of what he assumes was some sort of detection spell within the mazers and exports, and if they're possibly looking for something, like if there's a particular type of person or something that they're trying to protect.
What's the range on that?
I think it's sight. I think it's literally however far I can see. But let me check and make sure.
In the apiary proper, that building and the chamber that you're in right now with the shop, there is a back area. It looks like there's a room to let, and then wherever this woman stays, there's another room in the back. But in the little shop area, you're not really seeing any magical auras coming from anything.
Okay. Actually, it says, so under the description of detect magic, it's 30 feet.
30 feet, yes.
But
so in this area, there's
nothing. Okay. Okay, then he's gonna head in with Genevieve
and Safkeen.
And Safkeen. Safkeen is with us, right?
Yes, that's correct. So yeah, it's basically just shelves. There's ceramic jars, there's little glass vials, there's decanters, all the things that you saw in the glassblower shop, and some of the things that you saw in the jelly shop as well are here, but there's a wider variety, and mostly just honey. It seems like all of the royal jelly is sold in the other shop.
So Safkeen will like peer at the honey and like see if there are any sort of
How much for a jar of honey?
It depends on how many uses, but the normal ceramic jars that we sell are 100 uses for 15 gold pieces.
Do you have any other flavors of honey, or is it just honey flavor?
Well, there was some grape flavored up until recently. I think we sold most of them. The last of the season is in the jelly shop next door.
Oh, I bought some. Well, I bought one.
Oh, good. I'm glad you got one of the last ones. Yes, we won't start producing those until the grapes come back. Probably early spring, a few months.
I'll buy 1 jar of the honey then, please.
Oh, yes. So 100 use is 15 gold pieces.
Okay. Oh.
I'm gonna buy one too, if I can.
Okay. So that'd be 15 gold pieces each.
I hate to be that person, but seeing as my friends are purchasing something, would you mind throwing in maybe a bit of beeswax or some honeycomb or something just for Xavier for his trouble to experiment on? I don't want to push boundaries, but I know that bee was important to you.
Roll a persuasion check.
Persuasion.
With advantage.
Oh, thank God there's advantage.
Right?
Because the first roll was bad. And my persuasion is good. So that's an 18.
You know what? This bee is worth a lot to me. Tell you what. I'll give you the lot for free. If you can show me or tell me anytime you see one of these bees out in the open, especially if you can see where they are coming from outside the village.
Oh, absolutely. JL, you said, right?
Yeah, you can call me JL. What was your name?
Genevieve. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Genevieve.
Telepathic messages.
Are you from the area, Genevieve? You
No,
seem to share my heritage.
I'm originally from Dominion, actually. I've only recently come to Liberty.
Dominion?
But,
not many high elves on Dominion, are there? Mostly orcs, I hear.
A lot of orcs. It's a very interesting place. But
I
that's
can
enough
imagine.
about me.
So you come from a rather rough upbringing, it seems.
Enjoyed a little bit of life in the wild.
I see.
Some of the nature of insects, at least.
I've done a little bit of travel myself.
Elves?
Yeah, they're all high elves. They're all high elves. Yep.
I have to admit, though, JL, it is a pleasure to meet you. It's so nice.
Yes, myself as well. I mean, I'm amongst family all the time, but it's nice to meet someone from a different island. Anyway, I guess just keep your eyes out for those blasted killer bees, and whatever you do not get stung by one. They're nasty.
I'll handle them.
What do they do to you?
She lifts up the side of her like apron and pulls it up, and you can see this big purple welt on her side. Had a run in with one recently. This was actually one of the more mild ones.
Oh, no. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's quite all right. Used to stings. She shows you one on her knuckle, like right in between the fingers. This is from a normal bee. Quite used to these. We do sell suits. It's not quite the season for it, but in the summertime when they're more active, we do open the hives for our tourists. And we sell full bee suits and smoke machines so that you can collect your own honey and your own honeycomb during the on season.
Safkeen's going to glance at Xavier and just sort of be like, "You want to get a suit, don't you? And raise bees, don't you?"
Oh, are you interested in raising your own hive?
Maybe.
We do sell queens and colonies for people to raise their own. I just suggest you do it in an open area with access to flowers.
We do have a garden.
Xavier.
We do, and I just paid someone to like replant the garden.
Oh, well, maybe you're a budding amateur apiculturist yourself.
There's your access to royal jelly.
We could probably get you set up for somewhere around 700 gold pieces if you wanted to start your own.
Really? That's not bad, actually.
500 gold for the bees and the colony. The equipment would probably run you about another 200 gold for the suit, the smoke machine, and a good hive box to cultivate them in.
Could you deliver that anywhere on the island?
Yes, we do have domestic delivery. Do you live here on island?
We do. We have a home in Silver District.
Silver District in Harbour Town.
Jen looks at the other two.
It's sort of
Xavier shrug.
It's technically in Gold District, but it's very close to Silvertown. Have you heard of the what the fuck
I'm not
is that?
too familiar with the sea level. Haven't been down there much, you see. I believe I know the area, but we can have Do It Dwarven deliver it down there.
Oh, fantastic. Colchester, the Colchester Manor.
Colchester, yes.
Do it.
All right. If you'd like to purchase your own colony, I can have the export manager set up a shipment to Liberty City, and Do It Dwarven can pick it up there.
Xavier, is that something you want?
I'm checking my funds. Hang on.
We don't have to get it right now.
And you're in luck because domestic shipping over 500 gold pieces, those orders ship free.
Xavier cannot afford that right now.
Well, just keep it in mind.
Maybe when
you do have a little bank that you could always ask if you need.
Lindell,
she's sleeping. The bank is sleeping.
Lindell's not there.
Yeah, she's sleeping. She's sleeping. Sorry.
If Lindell wants to come with us on the scouting mission.
Lindell kind of murmurs in her sleep. I got the money.
Just my reference. How much besides the honey? What other samples am I getting, and how much for inventories?
That's it.
Oh, what about some samples of like the honeycomb or
that's
like
special
that?
request. Yeah, she gives you a little. We'll say she gives you one sample of beeswax, one sample of raw honeycomb, and that'd be about all she would have there.
Okay.
Unless you want a dead bee or something.
Yes, I have a little friend on my finger.
Really, a dead bee? Okay.
Ladybug.
I'll tell you what. Just go outside near the shelves. I'm sure you'll see one on its back. You can just take anything you want.
Ladybug.
They die all the time.
Goodbye, friend.
Well, he's gonna walk outside and look for dead bees. If he can find more than one, he'll take them and put them into jars.
Investigation check.
Investigation. 11. Investigate. 14.
14. Okay. Yeah, you find one dead on its back on the cobblestone street right next to the hives.
Okay. He'll pop it into one of his small collection jars.
All right. Easy enough.
And then he'll go back in and keep talking with JL and Softkeen and Genevieve.
Right. So please let me know if you're interested in becoming an apprenticed apiculturist. I'm always looking for new hobbyists. Any of the rest of you, is there anything else that you require? Have you been to the Chandlery and Jelly shop next door?
Yes. Oh, is that your aunt?
What's that?
Is that your aunt who runs that shop?
It is my great aunt, so to speak. Us high elves have quite a range of ages.
Why is she so interested in killing this cat?
Oh, that cat. I've never actually seen it myself. Have you?
I heard it.
She's always after it, and she never seems to catch it. I don't know what her obsession is.
It's a curious cat. I had a question. No, I don't have a question. I haven't experienced that. Shit. I have a question, but I can't ask.
Maybe next time. after you experience it. Now then, I do recommend that you go to the glass blower and ceramicist. Please introduce yourselves to them. They have some very interesting crafts and different things that you can participate in that we don't really have you do beekeeping at the apiary. You can also make candles next door at the candlery with Chandler. I know. Chandler the candler. His mother's not too pleasant to be around, but when she's not in the shop, that's when I recommend that you make some candles with him. There are glass blowing techniques you can learn. You can make your own pots at the ceramicist. And we do have wine tastings at the tavern in the Mazerne Exports building on the other side.
Ooh.
It's getting a little bit late in the day, but we do have the windmill outside the walls. You could go there as well to see how we grind all of our grain to make hops, etc. Hence the Hoppsmiller name.
Of course.
There's
We
plenty
don't
to
make
do.
bread,
Please enjoy
do we?
yourselves.
Thank you so much. It was
Uh,
a pleasure to meet.
Bread, not so much. I do know that the glass blower has attempted in their coals to make bread before, but it never comes out very good. Always burned.
Genevieve,
Hmm?
we should go to the windmills so that I could gather some hops and perhaps I could create, healing beers or
Did you just make a
possibly
pun?
beers with magic.
Perhaps. Oh, so clever.
No.
In for a little walk.
Figured.
I'm still halfway. Saf, you want to go for a walk?
Okay, I guess Krampus isn't around, so Linda must still be sleeping.
All right, let's go.
Should we wait for you?
Oh, well,
No.
it's still light out. I mean, it's fine.
I think I would have. We got kind of distracted, but told Xavier that I was going to send Krampus out.
Yeah.
So while all this is going on, you is just sitting in the room. Her eyes are not her eyes. She's looking through Krampus's eyes. And I would have sent him out with 2 missions. One to scout out up towards the castle from where we are for an overland route that would keep us off the main roads, but safe. And then I'm also having Krampus fly around looking for any centaur bones or centaur cemeteries.
Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah, you crack open the kind of what's that style, like Dutch style window to a crack, and a breeze rushes in, this very cold breeze, and Lindell kind of shivers a little and hugs the covers as you send Krampus out. Through his eyes now you can see the landscape as you soar over the valley in between the 2 ridges toward the castle. You're going to head that direction?
Yeah, first.
So he kind of winds around to the north, following the edge of the forest, which is about 2 kilometers off to the left. Kind of just soaring over the different fields, looking down. I mean, you do lick your lips a little bit as you see some field mice with your superior vision that are rushing through the dried fields below you.
Nope.
Eventually, you make your way toward the castle proper, and you can see now there's a moat and a road that leads to a bridge to the large portcullis gate, and you can actually see over the walls. This is what you see. Wait for it to load here.
Okay. I know Thomas can't see, but now we can see an image of the castle. Or I can. Can anybody else see it?
No, I can't.
Oh, yeah.
No, just
I
me.
can.
Oh, he put me.
Oh,
I can
No,
see it.
all of you should be able to see it.
It's
I
just
can
who's
see it.
in Roll 20.
If you're on
yeah.
your computer.
My
Yeah.
fancy up.
Okay, so it's like an image of the castle, and it's got big walls around it. 1, 2, 3.
You can see
This
there
is,
are 2 gates. There's a gate in front that has the portcullis shield in front of it. There's a little lighthouse on the outside that's spinning kind of lazily. You can see there's a stable building, an old well, and this kind of weird, ominous-looking structure with like a cemetery-style gate around it. That leads into a chapel, a church, mausoleum. Who knows
Ooh.
exactly what that structure is for? And then there's the keep proper, with its own set of walls inside and a ramp leading up. you can see there's a few people kind of heading through the dirt-lined kind of courtyard to various buildings that are on the outside. You can see little orange flickers from fires inside the building itself, and smoke rising up from it. There is a gate and a bridge in the back as well. And you can see there's a path that leads across the moat through another bridge in the back, and then winds around the hill and ridge, heading back towards the meadery. So it looks like there's multiple ways to get in.
But only 2, right?
Only 2 that you see, yeah.
And those are very high walls. So if we were caught and needed to escape, we'd need a magical means, really. Like, we're not going to
those walls and turrets.
We're not jumping those walls.
Very high, yeah.
Yeah.
The inner wall is maybe about 40 feet. The inner wall is about 40 feet. The outer wall is about 60 feet.
40 feet. That's very high. This is a proper castle. You wasn't expecting this. I thought it was going to be an estate, like a manor.
Right. And flying over it, you can't help but think, my God, how much money do these people have?
Yeah, this is a proper castle. This, like, we're not, I don't know if we're siege ready. So we'll definitely need to take the cart in. There's no way we can just like sneak in overnight.
As you fly back over the castle, you can see now the woods in the distance. You're maybe about a kilometer away through some more fields and ridges, and eventually it kind of flattens out into a very dense forest. And you can kind of barely see the ocean on the other side of it from the height.
And I'm looking for centaur bones, aren't I?
You're going to keep going?
Yeah, this is Centaur Forest, right?
Yeah, you keep flying over the dense forest. Roll a perception check for me. I think it's going to be with advantage because you're a falcon.
Well, I'm about to say it's their perception, not mine, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Very good eyesight.
Yeah, it's for Krampus.
Yeah, Krampus is supposed
It's
to be
either
really good.
a really good plus or it's advantage. I can't remember. It might just be a really high plus.
I've got Krampus's stuff here. Let me see. +4. Nice. And I rolled 15, so 19.
Nice.
19. Okay. Yeah. Down below in the forest floor, every once in a while you catch a glimpse of movement, but you can't really tell what it's from. But there's definitely things living in this forest. Every once in a while you'll see a tree sway kind of unnaturally, not really with the wind. But aside from that, you don't see any structures, any clearings. It is a very dense forest. And the canopy of this forest is at least 60 feet high. It's a very old, like primeval
big
forest.
Trees.
Yep.
Okay.
And it's not deciduous. This is all conifer.
Okay. Green.
Very, very tall conifer. Lush, thick. It'd be hard to find a landing.
Okay.
You're gonna keep going forward?
Yeah, I just want to do just a fly around the sunken city. Let's do a little leap over.
Yeah, eventually you can see to your left and to your right there are these rocky peaks that kind of jut up out of the woods, and the trees become more sparse on these like bald not ice capped, but frost capped peaks. And you can start to see thatched roofs, old dilapidated wooden houses that are really closely compact and on top of one another. It looks like they are just built one on top of the other, like towers going up the side of this plateau slope. And at the bottom, you can see wreckage of ships, houses that are partly underwater. Although it looks like there is definitely a region or portion of these that have been recently unflooded because the tide for the winter has lowered considerably. So it looks like maybe about half of the height of these houses is normally underwater, but in this season they're not.
Okay.
You loop back around, and with that perception roll, you see that one of the structures that's at the base of where it looks like they're flooded usually, so this one would be above water all season, there is a little bit of smoke coming out of one of the chimneys.
Ooh. Oh, okay. All right. I just remember that in my brain.
Just a really tiny little fluff cloud.
Should I swoop down a little?
You can if you like.
Yeah, around the house. Let's go down. Have a little look-see.
Yeah, you go down closer to the structure. Now maybe about 100 feet above it.
Still really high.
Yeah. You want to go in closer?
I mean, I am just a bird. Nobody's gonna suspect a Fey bird. So yeah, I'll just swoop down further.
Yeah, you swoop down further and
act real natural, real bird natural.
Yeah, I would say you're like about 60 feet away now, kind of circling around.
Okay.
This place looks unlivable. It's like so dilapidated. It's like being in an abandoned building, and you don't know when the floor is going to collapse. Almost like the Winchester Mystery House too, because there's weird docks that lead to nowhere, and like ladders and stairs that go to various places. Some houses have completely crushed the layer below, and they're like halfway split level on top of one another. This particular house seems structurally sound, though everything around it is kind of crumbled. And you see a little glint of orange in the window as a curtain closes.
Ooh. So there's something in there.
Or something.
Were we specifically told that there was nobody living in the sunken city, or have we even asked that? We've never really discussed this part of the map.
That's what the cart driver told us, is that no one lived there anymore. Okay. But he may have been telling certain stories just as like, hey, you're a tourist, we're going to make it like cooler for you, or, you know.
Can I just go land on...
What's Krampus's AC?
13. I'm just a borp. I'm just a borp.
All of a sudden, the vision is gone. It just goes black. And you pop back into you. Yeah, you pop back into yourself, and your eyes go clear, and you're like, somebody just fucking killed him again.
I'm so out of incense, too. I'm so out of incense. Krampus! Am I out of incense? No, I have 3 blocks of incense. Who bought me incense? Somebody did.
Somebody did, yeah. Somebody got you some when they were out.
Got charcoal. Okay. Well, since I promised to stay with Lindell, and it's only been like, what, 2 hours or something? I'm going to start casting the spell to bring Krampus back in the room. While other people are out doing whatever they want to do.
Yeah, easy enough. What is it, an hour, I think?
Yeah,
an hour later, Krampus comes back, ruffles his feathers a little bit, and just kind of glares at you.
I'm sorry, bud. It can't be any worse than the Feywild is right now. Give him some scritches.
Oh, the Feywild.
Yeah.
Because that's where he beeps back to, right?
Yeah, you give him some scritches. He flaps back up onto your knee and just kind of like claws around a little bit like a cat, and then hunkers down.
So at this point, it's dark out, right? If we arrived here at like
it's
3...
getting there. The sun is casting heavy shadows on everything. You can see especially the castle on the highest ridge off in the distance. If you like lean out the window and look to the right, it's casting a big long shadow. So it's maybe about 6-ish. Actually, no. For wintertime, it would be more like 4 or 4:30.
But we arrived at 3, and it's definitely been like a couple hours.
I'd say that flight probably took an hour and a half. So by the time you finished your spell, it would be almost dark.
Yeah, it's like, okay. Okay. You's done for now.
All right. So we'll head back to town.
Minus an incense.
Yep. So the sun's starting to get low. You guys have gone around, met some various people, done some shopping. Is there anything else you would like to do before you head to the Mazer?
Kit, do we have time to go to the windmill before we have to?
I don't know.
Yeah, I probably...
No, I guess we should all get together. And this is probably a good stopping place for me, too, anyway.
Yeah, I need to...
Unfortunately.
as well.
Because it was just getting good.
Okay. then we will say you guys are going to head back to the mazer for the night. The master mazer, Count Zazonia, does make his way into the main chamber and greets you as you enter, and extends an offer to try some wine samples at the tavern before you guys nip off to bed.
Okay. Well, and I would whisper, anybody that stopped in with me and Lindell, I would whisper, tell them everything I saw. And try not to wake up Lindell.
Okay.
So I will have described all the overland and the castle and the...
Assume
so you have that
Xavier is going to try some of the wine, and by try samples, he's going to put them in small vials and label them appropriately.
Yeah, sure. I mean, none of it's like top shelf or anything. It's all from the current year. It's not really that old. Unless you guys wanted anything special, he would just give you maybe 3 or 4 different varieties of reds and whites to try. And then maybe he would have a couple of meads on hand as well.
Sounds nice.
So you guys can try whatever you'd like. We'll say for everyone minus Lindell to have a nip and some little flights, it'll be about 5 gold pieces.
Okay.
And then Xavier, will say that you have 3 samples of various wines and 2 samples of mead.
Excuse me, Count Zazonia?
Yes, that is correct.
I'm just curious. You don't happen to be a Hoppsmiller, do you?
No, I was hired by Mildred.
Oh, where did you come from? Your accent isn't really common to this.
I assume not. I am from very far south.
Oh.
Do you know the island of Saga?
Oh, I've heard of it. I don't think I've ever.
I was born in Saga. This is where I learned my craft. But the bees are a little bit better than the grapes, and I was more interested in the grapes. So I head to Malleus. Malendor. I'm sorry. Common is very difficult.
You're doing a good job.
I know how you feel. Safkin will pipe up.
Yes.
I have a second language learner.
More inner island language difficult.
Nice.
But Malleus, I learned to make grapes. Then I come here. These fields very fertile for grapes.
Did you bring any bees with you?
I did. This is how we form the apiary.
Oh, they're from your collection. I see.
But not my craft. Hoppsmiller's craft.
I understand.
They make the ale and the mead. I makes the wine.
And it's delicious.
Yes, I came to Dominion time later. This is where I became Master Mazer and hired by Mildred. I have been here now for 40 years.
Sometime.
Indeed. Well, please enjoy.
Genesis will enjoy.
It's gin. It's not mead nor wine, but it'll do.
You do notice for a high elf, he does have darker skin, as somebody that was born in the desert would have.
Okay.
It makes his silvery hair really bright against his skin tone. He tends to wear more like flowing robes, like in a desert culture would wear too. He goes and stands behind the bar and just kind of waits for you guys as you talk and laugh and drink and enjoy your evening, and then eventually head off to bed.
Bedtime.
And that's where we can pick up next time.
Yeah.
Unless anybody would like to do anything before bed.
No. Just check on Lindell.
No.
Make sure she's still snoozing.
All right.
Well,
So
how
who's
are we
staying
sleeping?
in the room with Lindell and you?
Yeah, what's the other room look like? We didn't hear about.
Yeah, you go into the room on the left side with that key. It's just an identical mirror. There's a couple set of bunk beds. There's a window, and the window looks out onto the apiary.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
I'd like to sleep in there.
Okay.
15 will stay in
Genevieve,
the room.
roll a perception check for me real quick.
Nat 20.
Wow.
Immediately when you get in the room, you feel drawn to the window because it looks out onto kind of the courtyard of this little village that's very quaint and so crafty. And when you look out, you can see there are what looks like maybe 10 or so very groggy honeybees that are kind of lazily swarming around this much larger one. And then it's joined by a second one. And you see all 10 of those bees just drop dead to the ground. And the other 2 enter the hive.
Oh,
Where is this?
Oh no.
It's right across. I can point to it on the map.
Oh,
Right
no.
here, this hive right here.
Okay. Then I'm gonna cast sending really quick to JL. I'll be
All
like,
right. Yeah.
JL, the hives below my window at Mazer's. The bees are dying. Go check.
Oh my god! And that's pretty much all you hear. And then you see her rush out with a jar in hand, and very cautiously in her bee gear goes up to the hives and starts like looking at them and inspecting them. You
Do I hear
see
it?
her as she is looking into the hive from the opposite side. You see those 2 larger ones escape, and she does not notice, and they fly off. Roll a perception check for me one more time with disadvantage
Disadvantage. Okay.
to see if you can tell where they're going.
All right, so 10 plus 9, 19, which is funny because the other. So 19.
19. You only see one of them. You lose track of one of them as it just quickly flies off, and you're like, crap, where did it go? It's kind of hard to look through the panes of the glass, and she's using her smoke machine, but you do see the other one. It flies toward the windmill, over the fence, and then it disappears. So it's flying to the, hang on a second, to the southwest, almost due southwest, past the windmill.
Dun, dun, dun.
It kind of, swoops around the smoke that's coming out of the chimney on the glass blowers, very aware that the smoke has an effect on it, and then over the fence.
Okay.
All right. And you see a very depressed JL now pulling out hands of dead bees.
Maybe you can bring them back to life. Zombie.
Zombies! Okay, so that's where we're gonna leave off. As that's the last thing that Genevieve is gonna witness before. Now it's nightfall. The moon is starting to come up and cast a little bit of a shadow from the east, and that's where we'll leave off. So we'll say that. Let's see here. Calendar. We'll do our upkeep real quick. You?
Say, you wasn't planning on going to sleep, but
yeah, I know. That's
Okay.
why I'm setting this so you guys know about what it's going to be. So I'm going to click the dial kind of in between Weddings Day and Tours Day. It's not quite Tours Day yet. It's going to be late at night, probably about 10 p.m. And that's where we'll leave off when that'll be when Lindell has had a bit of a nap. That'd be about 8 hours, I think. From 3. No, it'd have to be 11. 11 for her to get her 8 hours. So 2300. So it's
that's what I thought.
Almost middle of the night, and the moon is getting high in the sky and casting kind of a blue glow. You can see the gates are now shut at the front of the town, and there are 2 guards with torches up in the tower, kind of keeping a watch. All the other lights have kind of gone dim, and the bonfire in the center of town has kind of gone to just glowing embers and smoldering logs. And that's where we'll leave off. Unless there's anything else that you guys want to ask.
Nope, I gotta be going anyway, but thank you guys.
Yeah.
Love
you. Good to see you.
Yeah. All right, everybody. I'm going to stop the recording.